I'm back talking about the latest, greatest, most popular Transformers toys on the market right now. So, of course, we're talking about Authentics Wheeljack. I walked into Dollar General today, and they had Authentics Wheeljack, and I wanted Authentics Wheeljack because it doesn't look bad. I'm curious about Authentics Wheeljack. So I bought it for $10, and we're going to see if it's any good. So, yeah, if you don't know, Transformers Authentics is the budget toys. These are essentially the Transformers that you can walk into Dollar General, not really Dollar Tree, but, you know, discount chains, Big Lots sometimes, Walgreens, certain drugstores. They'll have stuff like this. They'll have Transformers Authentics. The whole point of them is that they're semi-decent Transformers for pretty affordable prices. There's like Alpha Class, Bravo Class, and like Titan Changer Class. And I just did like a YouTube Shorts on the Titan Changer Soundwave. But I believe this is Alpha Class. I believe so. I think the Alpha Classes are the larger ones. It's actually like a Voyager-sized figure for a core class price. So I'm very interested to see how this $10 Wheeljack turns out. And here it is next to a pretty comparable deluxe. I'm probably one of the only Transformers collectors on the entire planet to not actually have Earthrise Wheeljack. Instead, I have Exhaust. So here's my comparison there. I probably should get that Wheeljack, honestly. I don't know why I don't have it. I like the old Generations one. I just like that old Generations one. And I'm like, I don't really think I need another Wheeljack. So I got Exhaust because Exhaust is like a new character. But anyways, I'm very curious about this. And first impression is actually pretty positive. But let's actually look at the package again real quick, because I do want to point out I love the look of Wheeljack on this card back. That is just, oh, come on. It's just, let's just tear it off. Come on. Oh, there's tape. It's not making it easy. Anyways, I love the look of Wheeljack. He almost has this armored look. It's the Evergreen design, so it's kind of like a blend of G1 and like a modern take. He just looks armored and cool, and I love it. And I love how Wheeljack has actually become a pretty significant character in the franchise. He's been featured in Cyberverse, in Earthspark. He's a popular one with like younger fans, and I think it's really cool that he's like become like a top 5 Autobot. I don't know. I really like that. Maybe not top 5. Definitely top 10. Wheeljack's definitely a top 10 Autobot. But honestly, seriously, first impression of this. Is this the best Authentics figure? Because it might be. It's actually not bad. Let's get a little bit closer on that head. I'm really curious about that. So unfortunately, I can tell you it does not have the same cool design as the box does. It looks kind of derpy, kind of G1. You can turn it though. It does have articulations. That's really neat. The eyes almost look like they're just printed on, but there is a sculpt there. It does line up with a sculpt. The sculpts on these Authentics figures are not the greatest, so that's definitely a shame. One thing I'm noticing, the head's kind of soft. Head's kind of a softer plastic, so that's interesting. I think that hole on the chest is for the gun, if you want the gun, like, on the car. But that is kind of garish right there. I wonder if it's, like, compatible with, like, a bluish effect? Do I have one handy? I don't know. I do not have one handy. Unfortunately, I don't tend to display my bluish effects, so we'll just have to keep that a mystery, I guess. Maybe someday we'll find out. But honestly, the design of this looks really nice. He's got the red on the chest. He's got the red and the green on the legs there. He's got some gunmetal on the thighs and on the arms. He does have the little wings poking out, and it looks like they'll actually become the spoiler on the car, so that's really cool. I really like this. Something about it's really neat. Let's get the gun out. He can hold it in his hand. Obviously, we can put it on his chest if that's something we want to do. We can alternate what shoulder it's on. That's really cute. So he does have a little accessory. So the plastic is kind of on the cheaper side. You know, you can see he's pretty hollow. It's an Authentics figure. That's kind of the whole point. It's this is a Voyager class-sized figure on a budget. And honestly, for the budget, I think they've done a great job. Because he's got a ball joint at the head. Looks like he's got like a hinge and a ball joint at the shoulders. It gets you a lot of range. He's got ball joints at the elbows. I just took his arm off. He does have nothing at the waist, but he does have ball joints at the hips. And he's got big old hinges at the knees for transformation, but those are hinges at the knees all right. Nothing at the thigh, because you can see it's just a big old empty empty chasm. I almost said chasm, but I'm like, I don't think that's right. And then he does have a hinge and a ball joint at the foot. And look at that nice big metal pin there, too. There's some pretty good assembly on this. Obviously, you can see the wheels are just, like, plugged in. There's a lot of ball joints. But still, like, look at that. We can actually get, like, a lunge out of him. Can we seriously, like, get a lunge and, like, an ankle tilt? We can. Check that out. That's some posability. For $10, that is some posability, all right. This is a nice Wheeljack. So bringing in the Earthrise mold again, of course with exhaust, because that's the only one I have, we can see that the size difference, you know, that's definitely the difference between a Voyager and a Deluxe. I really think this Wheeljack is pretty solid. I'm surprised. I didn't expect it to be this good. And I haven't even transformed it yet. I don't know, like, I love this mold. Obviously, this mold is popular for a reason. Like, everybody owns this mold. I don't think there's a single modern Transformers collector that does not own this mold. I should probably just get Wheeljack, but I don't know, I'm happy with exhaust. I'm happy being the weirdo that has exhaust and not Wheeljack. But yeah, I'm pretty surprised. Like, they both are pretty similar when it comes to, like, you can see the back window-esque part right there. Again, you know, it's more hollow. It doesn't have as much complexity. But still, I got to see how this transforms. We got to see how this thing transforms, because I am very curious about how this is going to go. So, I'm going to guess... Oh, okay. So that moves down on a hinge. Looks like it's just a friction clip hinge, so best to be careful with that. The arms. So we just rotate this? Oh, okay. So this goes down on a hinge. And we rotate this around. Then it looks like the legs just kind of stay in place and we collapse the feet. Okay. It's going together pretty solid so far, too. That's good. That's always a good sign. You know, that's one of my biggest issues with certain Transformers. Certain pieces don't like clipping together. Looking at you, vast majority of Studio Series. Mostly the Bayformer ones. I say that, but the leg's unclipped. Come on. Come on. These clips are really tiny on the legs. But we can clip the cockpit in. And then clip that in. It's funny I called it a cockpit. I mean, it kind of is, isn't it? With a race car, it's more of a cockpit. Am I going to have to take back my statement on everything clipping in good? I hope not. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Oop, what happened? A leg came off. Might have to take back my statement, guys. Might have to take back that statement. It was going very good. It was. You know, maybe I'm just being a fool. Maybe I just don't know what's going on. Here, let's clip the leg back in, because obviously we need that leg in. There we go. Okay, what are we doing? So let's get the sides in. How about that? Let's try to get the sides in, and those are pretty simple. They just kind of go in there. I can kind of tell transforming this, like, the plastic sounds cheaper. You know, it sounds cheaper, but it's not actually cheaper. It's kind of odd. You know, it's still pretty decent plastic, but obviously it's not going to be as dense and good as a, you know, Deluxe Earthrise Wheeljack or anything. Alright, did we get there? Oh, there goes that. Okay, so that came off. Let's get that in. I didn't know this could come off at all, actually. I wonder, are those, like, compatible with, like, standard pegs? I wonder. They are! Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So if you have any, like, standard weapons, you could put them back there. It's kind of odd, it's a different peg size. But we can see it's kind of, like, almost tabbed in. Doesn't want to tab in all the way. It's kind of struggling. It's kind of fighting me. But, excusing all these little tiny gaps that don't want to seem to form, because I think the tabs are too tiny. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna declare it done. I'm gonna say this is the alt mode. I'm gonna say this is our Authentics Wheeljack in the vehicle mode. And despite my hiccups there at the start, trying to really figure out some order of operations or anything, it's pretty simple. And we've got a pretty cool looking race car. It's looking pretty neat. There's not a lot of new color here. It's pretty much just the black in the back. But still, how does it roll? Oh, wow. It rolls. It actually rolls. A lot of these toys don't even want to roll, and I'm talking like deluxes. Some deluxes don't even want to roll. I can definitely tell it doesn't want to stay together super great in the back here. Like, you can see it's just kind of seaming a little bit. Because I feel like the pegs aren't big enough. I think it's the biggest problem. If the pegs had more of like a click, instead of just like a slight rest, then it would probably click in together better. But still, this is pretty successful. This is a pretty good job. I think this is a good Wheeljack. I actually am gonna say this is the best Authentics figure so far. I genuinely think it is. I don't know, it's not perfect, but it's just impressive for what it is. You know, I'm not trying to say, like, oh, this is better than Earthrise Wheeljack. This is the best Wheeljack on the market. Get this Wheeljack. Don't get other Wheeljacks. Just get this Wheeljack. Because we all know, this is not that. This is not the best be-all, end-all Wheeljack. This is not going to replace your Masterpiece Wheeljack or your Earthrise or even your old Generations. It's just a good Wheeljack on a budget. That's what it is. And for kids that like Wheeljack, out of every single Authentics figure, including Soundwave, I think this is the best one. I genuinely do. Like, the transformation's solid, the articulation's solid, the robot mode's solid. It's got an accessory. It looks good. Like, you can tell this is Wheeljack. It could be more solid, obviously. You know, it could have less ball joints. It could have better tabs. It could be better. But keep in mind, this is a $10 toy. This toy costs the same as a core class. Here, I've got one just right here. This and this cost the same amount of money. So keep that in mind. You know, keep it in mind. So, with all that being said, do I recommend this Authentics Wheeljack? If you're a Wheeljack fan, yeah, I'm being serious. If you're a Wheeljack fan, absolutely. If you like some interesting Transformers on a budget, if you like seeing what Hasbro can do with a $10 budget, yeah, seriously. This is a really good one. I'm genuinely impressed. I think they did a great job. And, like, considering that this costs at least twice as much, you know, now granted, like, is this toy probably twice as good? Yeah. You know, it's got pins, it's got way more pieces, it's way more intricate, it's just nicer made overall. It's not as big, and they still ultimately accomplish very similar things. Very similar robot mode turning into a very similar vehicle mode. I'm impressed. And honestly, I think the transformation of the chest moving down and then everything else swiveling around is pretty clever. I don't think I've ever seen a Wheeljack really do that recently. So overall, yeah, I seriously do have to recommend this Authentics Wheeljack. I'm really happy I took the time to open it up tonight. I was debating about just like, oh, I'll just go to bed and do a video on it tomorrow. But I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not super tired yet. Let me open this up. Let me film a video, see how it is. And yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. How like extreme of a pose can we get him in? Can we get him like running or something? Can we get that ankle like moved down so far it looks like he's running? Kinda, yeah. We can make him look like he's running. Do note his torso his chest just popped out. But that's nothing too crazy. Yeah, we can have him looking like he's running. That's really cool. Will he stay posed like that? Yeah, he will. I think so. Will he? Come on, Wheeljack. Come on. I am encountering an issue where his foot, because of like the bumper, is like at a bit of an angle. So it doesn't want to like exactly get in the angle you want it to be in. But, yeah, there we go. We've got Authentics Wheeljack looking like he's running. That's so cool. I like this thing, okay? I like it. Now, every Transformer has to be super intricate and impressive for me to like it. I was not sure what I would think about this. I was thinking I might just get rid of this as soon as I opened it up. But no, I think this guy has a place in my collection. It's just a cool Wheeljack. I mean, why not? Anyways, guys, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for taking a look at this. What do you think? Do you think Authentics is stepping it up? I would love to see more Authentics figures have this kind of quality. This is one of the latest ones, and I think they did a great job with it. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.